Hello and welcome to number 5 in the series, Those or These Things Must Come to Pass. I have to look at that time because there's so much that has come to pass and so much that we're involved in and so much getting ready to come. So these things must come to 5. This is our 5th segment. And we're going to get right into the Word. And we left off Revelations. We read 12:7-9 because we were learning about the powers and principalities and dominions and the wickedness and the high places. And we were trying to show you that when he says the stars are going to fall to the earth, he's not talking about planets. He's talking about these angels that have been judged. And we left off, and I'm going to read it again just as the starting point, and we're going to finish here. Remember, the first scripture we read, I believe it was in part 2, was found in 4th Ezra. And behold the days, that's 6:18-19. Behold the days come, and I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition or demand or pursue or require of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness, when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. And we talked about it's been fulfilled 400 years. So this is where we're at. Now we're talking about now what has happened as St. Luke unfolded. Go back and listen to the others in the series. And we're showing how he would talk about what was going to happen current, then he would go talk about what's coming, then he would back it up sometimes, then sometimes he would go forward. And we have to know how he's driving the car, because he's taking us on a journey to teaching us what's going to come and what has already come. All right. Let's go and start back in Revelation where we dropped off. 12:7-9. We're talking about the stars, the heavens, the stars falling upon the earth. We're talking about these are entities. So, Revelation 12:7-9, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. They got thrown out. And the great dragon was cast out, and the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. All right? So we understand now when we're reading about principalities and powers and high place, wickedness and high place, we're talking about Satan and his horde. And yes, they were kicked out of the third heaven, but they sure haven't been kicked out of this one yet. But this is their time when this is being written. All right, let's look at the near future. We're still in St. Luke 21, and this time we're going to go to verse number 27, where it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, and I say, this, keep your eye on the scriptures, very important. Then look up and lift up your heads. So apparently it says, look up and lift up your heads. Or look up, lift up your heads. You have to lift up your head to look up, right? In other words, what he's really saying is look forward. You're looking forward to the promises, to the prophecies of the Most High to come to pass. You're looking for Yahusha. He says, look forward. And if you go to Psalm 24, verse 7, it says, lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be lifted up, ye everlasting doors. He's talking about Yasharel. And the King of glory shall come in. He's coming for those that are looking for him, who are seeking him. That's what he's saying when he says, look up, lift up your heads. See? And for you who are expectant, he's coming for you. All right? Let's read a little further. Let me show you. It goes on to say, for your redemption, while you're looking, because here it is, he's coming. Your redemption draws nigh, comes close. You know, he's right with us. He's so close. You could touch him. He's close now, but he's coming in power and he's coming in glory. He's going to take over. He's kicking the old guy out and he's taking over. And the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Don't you know, you Udis, Israelites, you are the rulers of this earth? You shall judge angels, messengers. Oh, yes, you are. And you will rule over the nations on a new earth, a new heaven, and there shall be a new earth. And I'll teach that again. Get back on that some other time. But I think I did teach that. Go back and look at I think I did. You are royalty. You are rulers. All right. I guess I did. All right. So, we know what to look up, lift up your heads, look for his return. Look for him. This is a time you need to look for him night and day. It keeps you strong, keeps you seeking, keeps you wanting to seek his word out, understand it. And let's go to 29th verse. It says, and he spake to them a parable. Yahusha did. He says, behold a fig tree, and all the trees, when they now shoot forth, ye see and know of your own selves that summer is now nigh at hand. Do you understand what he's saying here? Let's go back and look at it again. He says, behold, there's a fig tree. What is a fig tree? What does the fig tree here mean? It means Yahusha. He is the fig tree. He is the vine. In scriptures, he is the fig tree. He is the tree. He's the tree of life. Now, who is all the trees? We are all the trees. We, Yahusha, Yasarel, we are the trees planted by the river of water, where our root goes deep. And we have enough fruit for all the nations, all the other nations. Now listen to this. He says, when they now shoot forth, or when they come forward, when they come out, all right? When they now shoot forth, you know what a shoot is? When that fruit has a bud, and poof, when it opens up, it starts sprouting the fruit that grows off of the vine. Okay? He said, ye see and know of your own selves, because these people were people that knew about harvest. They knew about harvest. You would plant right in the spring. Yeah, that's when you plant. All right, let's go on a little further. And it goes to say, in the summer, you know then is nigh. It says, ye see and know of yourselves that summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise ye, when ye see these things come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of Yah is nigh at hand. What is he talking about? He's talking about the awakening up of the Israelites, the lost tribes of the Israelites, the Yesraelites, the Yasharites. Listen again. He said, when those buds show forth, we are now showing forth. We are understanding our identity. We know who we are. We are showing forth. We're the buds off of the vine, the tree. That's who we are, Yasarel. That's who we are, Yehudi. And this is a sign that the end is near, because this is the time of the waking up of the children of Yasharel. Let's look at it again. He says, behold the fig tree, Yahusha, and all the trees, Yasharel, when they now shoot forth. We hadn't shot forth before. Nothing like today that we're shooting forth. In every nation, we're coming forward to say that we are Yisraelites. There used to be little pockets here and there, but nothing like what's coming upon the earth today. And this in itself is a sign that the end is near. Not only the judgment, we read that he's come nigh to make an inquisition, but he's also saying that this is a sign that when this buzz forth, when they now shoot forth, now you can see them. You couldn't see us before. We were hidden. We were hidden from ourselves. We were hidden from everybody. We're not hidden anymore. That's a sign, I would say, take heed, for the end is near. I can't say that enough. When they, who? Yisraelites, the lost tribes are lost no more. They're waking up in every land where they have been scattered all over the earth. And it goes on to say, when they shoot forth, when they show themselves, you're living in those times. You know of your own selves when it's summer, we know it gets hot. So know that when they shoot out, it's going to get hot. And I'm telling you, this weather's telling me it's hot already. Hot. And the harvest has been planted, and now the season is hot. That means the harvest is nigh at hand. The taking of the saints of the Most High are nigh at hand. The elect, I should say, not the saints, but the elect. We can be called that, but that's really a term from Catholicism. We are the elect of the Most High. Listen to this. It says in the 32nd verse, the prophecy, I call this the prophecy. Verily, verily, I say unto you, this generation. I want you to mark this in your scriptures, because I'm going to use another Strong's Concordance number, G1074, G1074. Generation didn't just mean those people on that plateau he was speaking of, on that generation. Generation doesn't not necessarily, it can mean generation as far as one family having children, and that's the second generation, and so on and so forth. Yes, it can mean that. But also, I think you should understand that also generation can mean a period of time, a period, an age. So this generation, this age that we're living in, it has been around for 2,000 years, ever since Yahusha died on the tree. This is a generation that we're living in. This is a time capsule, you might, time. It's a block of time. So generation is a block of time here. If you look that up, G1074, it can mean an age, a nation, a time, a whole multitude of men living at the same time. It can mean that too. But here we see it meaning a period or an age. The generation that saw Yahusha. Some accepted him and some didn't. It's still going on today. Okay? And he says that it shall not pass away till it be fulfilled. So we're not going nowhere. You don't worry about them blowing us all off the face of the planet with these nukes. We're not going nowhere. We're going to be right here, because Yah said nobody going to move till he says so. he will get his word fulfilled, period. And no devil gonna have nobody pushing no buttons to try to offset what he know is coming. And I believe that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to get in the hearts and minds of his wicked leaders and get them to start throwing nukes at each other to try to get everything all discombobulated. So, that ain't going to stop your judgment, his judgment. That's not going to stop it. He's not going to let you do it. He's the creator of this earth, and nobody going to destroy it without him saying so. And he ain't said so. This is what he's saying right here. Listen. He goes on to say that in the verse 33 now, heaven and earth shall pass away. The people don't pass away. That's right, because he's going to renovate it. It's going to be a new heaven and it's going to be a new earth. When you renovate, it's not going to be completely just like that. He's going to renovate it. And when y'all renovate something, it'll look nothing like it used to. Listen to this. But my words, they shall not pass away. So ain't nobody going to be nuking up in here, because his word's going to come to pass. And take heed to yourselves. You hear him? Listen to these words. Take heed. Be on the alert. Be serious about this. This is not a joke. This is reality. This is the real thing. Take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, riotous living, running around in Babylon with your shoes off and just clowning around and wasting time. And drunkenness, and cares of this life, being so all up in arms about what's going on around you and what kind of life you're living and what kind of events you can go to and what you can feed your face and where you can travel to, and just oblivious to what's right in front of you. The way they were when Yahusha came the first time. They didn't see him. Right in their face, and they didn't see him. What you think it's going to be like? Listen. Talking to you. The cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unaware. So he didn't say you're going to know the day, but that day is not going to come upon you unaware, because we are right now in the time of looking up. And we don't have time for foolishness, riotous living, popping fingers and clubbing, getting drunk and humming, going to sports and racetracks. We don't have time for foolishness. We're living in the last hour of the last day. Maybe the last few seconds, for all we know. The hour might have passed by now. We're probably living in the last few moments before Yahusha comes. Stay alert. Stop letting people pull you around by the nose and have you doing things you know good and well Yahusha would not approve of. You'll be caught unaware. You're going to be left behind. That's what's going to end up happening. And you, his own people, shame on you. The lights of the world, shame on you. Let's get ready, saints. Oh, there's that word again. I'm trying to drop it. It's hard. I've been saying it for so many years. The elect of the Most High. I'm going to still correct myself. He says, for as in verse, I think that's 35, for as a snare, underline this in your scriptures, shall it come on all them that dwell on the earth, the face of the whole earth. Listen to this. What's coming? What is coming on the earth? A snare. A trap. Once you get in it, you ain't getting out. For as a snare, as a trap, as a no way out, it's coming on them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy. Don't just take for granted that you worthy. Your good works better come with you. Your good works better come with you. Your obedience better come with you. Your obedience of his commandments, what he's written in your heart, better come with you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He didn't shed his blood to cast his law aside. He came to write them in your heart now so you could do them naturally, what you couldn't do in the flesh. The Old Testament gave us the law, the Torah, your Udis and your Yisraelites, and all those who have come along. You mixed multitude that have come along. He gave us the law to separate this nation, or Gentiles. Yeah, we're a nation and we're a Gentile, that same word. He gave us the law as a light to the other nations. But we failed to keep the perfect law because our hearts could not, our consciences could not be altered or changed. We just had to keep bringing the animals to be slaughtered for our sin. Paul talks about it in Romans 7 chapter. People make out you can't live right. That's what he meant. No, he meant under the law these things took place. I meant to do right, but my heart hadn't changed. My spirit hadn't changed, so I couldn't. That's what I would do. I really would wish I had done it. That I want to do, I find I don't do it right. I can't get it right. Why? Because I was trying to do it in my own flesh, in my own power, and I couldn't do it, no matter how hard I tried. So Yahusha came. God in the flesh manifested, Yah in the flesh. He fulfilled the law, not to kill the law. It didn't say he killed the law. He said he fulfilled it. And then he sent the Holy Spirit to write it on our hearts now, so that we do by nature, not natural, not to steal, lie, and kill, and fornicate, and carrying on. We don't do those things. Not because now we don't struggle. We just don't have a mind. Our mind has been transformed into the mind of Yahusha. Our Father has given us a new mind. So now we do naturally the law. That's all he was. So the Old Testament, the old, was simply trying to obey Torah in the flesh. And in the renewed Testament, we now do it in the Spirit, by the Spirit. We obey Torah by the Spirit. That's the difference. And the blood on that tree made it happen. Man, I think that's fantastic. I don't know about you, but it's awesome. Awesome. So now we are without excuse. He said, oh, inexcusable, oh man, whoever you are, you have no excuse anymore not to keep his commandments. Why? And I know people get all tangled up in the rituals. We're talking about the commandments. What to do, how to live for Yahuwah. He puts that in here. When I say heart, I really mean mind. To live for him. To please him, not men. Let me finish this. He said, take heed to yourself, at least at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, drunkenness, cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on them that dwell on earth, on the whole face of the whole earth, on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things. So we're going to be here. That shall come to pass, and stand before the Son of Man. And stand. You'll be able to stand in front of him who gave his life for you. We started off the series, These Things Must Come to Pass. And we end, and these things are going to all come to pass. Will you be ready? Will you be ready? I don't know, all of the smoke screens that's been thrown up in our faces, and all the confusion, and all of the, venom sometimes, or either just misguidance. to try to get us off of this path. That's all it was all about. That's what's going on now. Oh, you know, I heard about you all, you're this or you're that. Don't let it stop you, you Udis. Don't let it stop you, Yasserel, wherever you are in this earth. You hold fast to his word. You lift up your eyes. You lift up your heads. Oh, ye gates, you lift up your hands. And you expect him. You live by his Torah in your heart. And you expect him. For when you obey his commandments, he knows you love him. I didn't say it, he did. If you love me, obey my commandments. He meant just that. He never, never, never destroyed the law. The law is good. It shows us what pleases Yah. Without it, we would have no idea. And so he says, I'm going to put it on hearts of flesh. I'm going to dwell amongst my people by the holy set apart spirit. I'm going to see to it that you're safe and you're saved. Now listen to this before we end. Come out of Babylon, hold on to Yahusha, and escape the peril that's coming upon the earth right now. Remember that. Till next time, shalom.